It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the football team and the Patriots, and it comes your way next.
From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Now back to throw. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I know many people like the throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Looking to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll set up to throw. High throw, but the catch is made. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 1st down, it's Gibson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 18 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
They'll look to throw here.
That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 23. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. For those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And it's caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
They'll try to run with Gibson.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. We
dominate today.
Antonio Gibson
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And Washington going to add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They'll start the drive with Harris.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. A beautiful fake. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw here. Setting up a screen for Stevenson. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. That catch good for only a couple. You think about the strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes, just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
Robinson's got it. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Washington on third down.
No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 5. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Patriots take over.
New England's offense set to go.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Harris.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. New England on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
He'll drop to throw.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st down, Harris. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw.
This one left side caught by Gibson.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Here's 2nd and 8.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it.
A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now back to throw.
Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Let's go. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll look to throw again.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Baker Mayfield has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Austin Eckler, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Well, the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and out.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for the Patriots.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They run with Harris. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A give to Harris. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 11 now. Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here is Washington now to take over. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the L.A. Chargers. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised him and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Fielded at the 33. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So the Patriots coming out now. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And this one's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up a throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds Robinson. And he's got some space here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Stop, baby.
whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. Man open is Robinson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run on 1st down. Baldwin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Harris. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Back to throw here. And able to find Kirk complete.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll drop to throw. And caught by Henry. That catch good for only a couple. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
He'll drop to throw. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times he hasn't had the time.
And a lot of that in getting past it is attitude. How's he projecting? Is he showing that the other team is getting to him? Is he showing his guys up front that he's upset, that he's angry? Or is he still encouraging? Because those guys, they've got to find a way to pick it up. And it always happens a little bit better if they feel like their quarterback's on their side.
So far, 5 sacks against him. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll look to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
That's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 5. Of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Second and 20.
He'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Going to let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Shoves him aside. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. So here are the Patriots to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. On 1st down, Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 39. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. This is Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. New England on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Harris.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And now it's 2nd down. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They run with Harris. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And his pass, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now back to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
2nd and 2.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
65 yards rushing for him now on 25 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball...
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Christian Kirk with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Patriots look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Well, look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught out left side by Robinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a throw here, hauled in. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw again. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right at midfield. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They run again with Harris. And he is tackled inside the 4. To the 35. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And